Hello, everyone. Welcome to Parabolic Notes. My name is Michael Kirkchin. Today is Sunday, June the 19th, 2022. Welcome to my channel and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Today's topic is a very important one. We're going to look at Bitcoin's price history from day one that he started trading, because I find that there's a lot of FUD going out there with fear, uncertainty, and doubt, with all the Bitcoin bashers really just hitting it and saying it's going to go down to zero, and that whoever's invested in Bitcoin is just completely wasting their time. So today's video is really for us to look at the actual price patterns since day one, and just to see that whatever we're seeing in this cryptocurrency space is totally natural, because this is how the behavior has always been. So don't forget, whatever we're sharing here is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just an investor in this space, and I'm just sharing with you my insights. So do your own research and let's get started. What I'm going to do, the first thing I will do is with you is I'll share my computer screen and just kind of show you high level what I did. So if I look at what's going on with Bitcoin's price point, so what I did was I went to, there's a great tool that I use, which is called Intotheblock. And Intotheblock, it's an on-chain analysis. And these guys are great. Whatever coins they have Bitcoin, Ethereum, many other ones. One of them being obviously Bitcoin, and they have the actual historical price from every single day's close since day one. So if you look at what Bitcoin has done really since, let's say since day one, it has not traded. So in 2009, the first day of trading really, or the first day that there's data available was on 2009, January 3rd. But we observed that if you look at all the 2009 data, there was no price associated with Bitcoin. The first time that we see a price associated with Bitcoin happens in 2010, and the first day that we saw it have a price associated with it was on July the 17th, 2010. So now, what I did was I downloaded all this data from Intotheblock into Excel, and I did actually graphs with 4-year cycles going basically 2009 to 2012. So this is basically what that looks like. So 2009 to 2012, we observed that Bitcoin basically had an all-time high of $30 sometime in the year 2011. And then that 4-year cycle, Bitcoin finished off basically something in the range of around between the $10 and $15 mark. So that was basically the first 4 years of Bitcoin's lifespan. So you see over here already, this is obviously going from $0 to $30 almost. That's already a parabolic run for Bitcoin. So that means since day one. But you see the volatility was already tremendous, basically going from $30 all the way down to over here less than $5 to that already off the bat. That's already a phenomenal drop, right? Basically, if we went down from $30 to $3, it means that Bitcoin had already lost something close to 90% of its value, really in a span of from 2011, it looks like something in the middle of, let's say, 2011 to something in the range of 2012. So basically, in less than 1 year, Bitcoin had lost 90% of its value. So this is what happened the first 4 years of its price movement. And if we look at, let's say, the next 4 years, which is going to be 2013 to 2016, again, over here we see that at a certain point, Bitcoin has gone up all the way up to $1,200. So this happened sometime in 2013. And then afterwards, it's gone down from $1,200 all the way down to $200, right? So again, so that is, so Bitcoin has lost, again, something like around the range of 85% of a price down movement. And then afterwards, it has gone up back to close to $1,000, meaning that from this point of $200, it's gone up 5x. So really, it's one of those things where you see this is really the behavior of the token that it's had. We can't really say with this kind of behavior. I know there's a lot of Bitcoin maximalists or Bitcoin investors that would say, well, it's a store of value and so forth. Really, the way this kind of behavior means that what Bitcoin has done to date, it's been really very volatile, which is very normal. That's why everyone says, listen, if you're investing in the cryptocurrency space, just like investing in anything, but especially in the cryptocurrency space, where there's no Federal Reserve back that's going to be injecting funds into the space like the way it would, let's say, traditional finance and so forth. So that this space obviously is more risky, more volatile, and we do see that the price movements will be very, very really highly volatile. That's why it's very important for the investor to understand this and to kind of say, you know what, okay, we've been there, done that before. It doesn't mean that the future behavior are going to be the exact same way as it's been in the past, but the past behavior kind of indicates that it was always a volatile asset. So this was really 2013 to 2016. And if we look at what was going on, let's say the next 4 years from 2017 to 2020, so obviously here we've seen multiple massive movements, right? So basically at a certain point in the 2017 to 2018 range, Bitcoin went up to something in the range of up to almost $20,000 and afterwards it's gone down to something in the range of $4,000. So again, from 20,000 to 4,000, that's an 80% drop of its value. And then afterwards, it's gone from 4,000 all the way close to $30,000, right? So that basically is almost a 10x. I mean, really, I mean, it's almost 8x of what it did from this low of 4,000 going up to $30,000 in this 4-year cycle. So that's why it's one of those things where we see this again. It's just behaving very with high volatility, but those who held on, they saw massive gains, massive returns, and those who sold at the bottoms, then those are the ones who basically may have bought maybe at the 10,000 or the $15,000 marks, and they may have sold in $5,000 mark. Then obviously those wallets, those investors lost a lot of funds. And then the current cycle, which is right over here, is going to be basically this is the one that we're in right now. So and this is as far as Intotheblock is concerned, this was with the close as of yesterday, as of June the 18th. So you see here as well, obviously this cycle we know very well. I mean, in 2021 we saw all-time highs of going to range of something in the range of $69,000 and then at a certain point. For this one, I think the data doesn't seem to be 100% accurate. So what I'll do is, because I would like to have seen it go up to 69,000 over here, so I'll recheck this. But let me just bring the actual Bitcoin chart on TradingView. That way we can look at it better. So if you look at what's going on with Bitcoin's price chart, this is the current cycle, right? So let's look at 2020, 2021. We see that Bitcoin basically had highs going up to all the way to the range of on 2019, 2020. Bitcoin had ranges going up to the price point around $12,000. After that, it basically had this parabolic run, and then it got up to as high as $69,000. And now today, obviously, we've had this head and shoulders pattern, which really played out beautifully, unfortunately. So we saw how the head and shoulders pattern brought it out, and it gave us the indication that there was a very high possibility that Bitcoin would go all the way down to this price point. It looks like it went to that price point, which is something, or is on its way to going to this price point, potentially of around the $15,000 to $16,000 mark. It looks like it's gone very close to it with this wick, but it hasn't really hit that yet. So meaning that the way Bitcoin is behaving really is exactly as it always has behaved. So that's why for us, we can't be all surprised, and we can't let this FUD that's going all out there telling us or the investors in the space that it's going to go down to zero and so forth. Obviously, this isn't financial advice. It could go down to zero. I mean, really, honestly, nobody knows where any investment or any asset would go in the future. But we do know that the way it's behaved in the last 12, 13 years is that there's always been investors, there's always been wallets, always been holders of Bitcoin. So the odds of it going down to zero is slim to none. Now, again, not financial advice, do your own research, but that's my opinion. So that's why the way I would look at this is that for us, it's very important to just keep a sane head and realize that, you know what, we are in a down market. We know that Bitcoin is definitely below this 20-week SMA and 21-week EMA. So we know it's going to be in bear market territory. And also, if you look at its coefficient of correlation with the Nasdaq, you can see that it's got a very high coefficient of correlation with the Nasdaq, which obviously what it does is that makes it so that, especially with the Nasdaq being also in bear market territory, we see over here the coefficient correlation between Bitcoin and Nasdaq is something in the range of above 90%. It's around 0.91. So then if I look at what's going on with the Nasdaq chart, we see Nasdaq as well is also extremely bearish, right? I mean, Nasdaq has lost at a high was around 16,000 US dollars. Today it's around 11,000 US dollars. So we see that it's already lost 30% of its value. In its very short 7-month period. So, and Bitcoin having this high coefficient correlation, it means that obviously Bitcoin as well has been suffering in this 7-month period as well. And we do not know that for a fact. So it's very important that I find to conclude today's video is just to stay focused, stay really positive, understand that, listen, it's not fun times. We are in a bear market and things are definitely highly volatile, highly risky, very negative. But those that stick out in the space will be able to see the gains as the past investors have. But as long as they've been able to hold on to their positions. Not financial advice, but it's very important for us to obviously stay positive, focused, and realize that the asset class, the way it behaves, is with this high volatility. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you like tech analysis, if you like following the cryptocurrency space, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. That way you'll see my future videos as well on the space. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.